Hey guys, it's a quick routine for the morning. If you wake up with back feeling very stiff, or you post-activity or post-training and the whole spine feels like it's fused, okay? Maybe all those muscles along the spine are really complaining. So here's a quick flow to help you with that. And then place your feet on the ground. Elevate your pelvis, move it slightly to the right, and then send the knees over to the left. You may hear a little click, you may feel a little click, and simply hold for 10, 20, 30 seconds, depending on the time you've got available. And then do exactly the same thing on the other side. So you come back to the center line, you elevate the pelvis, you move your whole pelvis a few inches to the left, and then you can easily get the nice rotation, sending your knees to the right, and you should get all that rotation, nice, maybe even a click, nice adjustment in the lower back. Don't force it. And then on the exhale, just gently press down on the knees, relax your shoulder towards the ground, and hold. And you're deepening the stretch with each exhale. And then move to the bridge. Clasp your hands, heels below the knees, and start peeling your tailbone. Just creating that straight line from the knees to the shoulders, and then roll down. So each of these movements I'm showing you, you can do for as long as you want to, or as many reps as you feel you need, until you feel like those tissues are letting go and things are moving better. Careful here not to flare the ribs. Just want to get the glutes to activate. So guys, hands behind the head. We're going to do like a variation of thoracic cars, controlled articular rotation. So you're going to start by going up into curl up onto the right shoulder blade, going through center, so you're in the curl up with shoulder blades up in the air, and then you go to the left. So my right shoulder blade is in the air, left shoulder blade is on the ground, and then I return to the floor. And you're going to continue flowing in that sort of circular movement. Not trying to pull your chin to chest too much. Careful here. You want to maintain a bit of space because the movement should come from this area, your upper thoracic. And it's just a nice way to get the spine moving. You can do it very slowly. You can pick up the pace. And then try in opposite direction. So to the left and up. Center, right, and return. So to the left and to the right and down. So really through this movement, you kind of stacking a bit of vectors to maybe again free up that thoracic. You may again hear a little click, depending on how stiff or how mobile your back is. And now we're going up onto the knees and into side bending. So one hand sliding down to the knee, and then arm goes up to ceiling. You can place your hand on the pelvis. You can aim to touch the ground. And if you can't touch the ground and feel like you need a little support, then place the block and just use that support here. Now, to create bigger stretch through like QL muscles, okay, and even the iliocostalis, right, which is the big one of the three spinal extensor muscles, and a bit of external obliques. So you're sitting back to your heels. I'm using this hand for support. Again, if you've got potential disc issues, like old herniations, this may not be ideal, but go with the flow and see how you feel. From the side bend, I'm sitting back and I'm going over my right thigh. So I'm side bending to the right at the same time. Exhale to side bend. You can hold, you can stay, or you're slowly lowering. You can lower slightly, or you can go all the way over. Back to the side bend. And again, do as many as you need of these. Okay, we're moving on. So for this one, ideally you would have something to squeeze for your thighs. So ball or block. You can hold on to the block. You can grab a ball, a cushion, doesn't really matter, okay? It's not about block pushing into anything. I give this block a little hug, a little squeeze. You can do it obviously this way as well. And I'm trying to do exactly the same thing we've been doing on the ground. So we rounding the upper back. Notice that my lower back will stay still. I'm actually tucking tailbone under and bracing my abdominals. So it's a flexion, rotation, side bending, neutral. Side bend, flexion, to rotation, and up. So we're rounding, twisting, side bending, neutral. Side bend, round, rotate to neutral, rotate. But notice that I don't want to go too far back because I don't want my lumbar spine to be loaded or moving too much in this position. So notice I want the rib cage, the thoracic spine to move. Also try to relax your shoulders, tuck your chin in. So you're really moving from the head to the T12, which is the attachment point of the last rib. And that's where, stability of the pelvis here will help you squeezing the block and squeezing your glutes. Again, round, twist, side bend, straighten. Side bend, rotate. And guys, this again will require a bit of repetition, a bit of practice, because many people will just do this and they will end up moving pelvis in the lower back. This segment, the 5 vertebrae in here, we want to keep it still, and that's where the abdominals and glutes come in. Glutes, hamstrings, and abdominals will keep that region still. Just make sure you're pushing down through your shoulder blade, through your forearms, so you're not sinking to the ground. You want to keep your shoulder blade wide and away from your ears. Then we're trying to target the spinal articulation. So notice how I'm starting with my tailbone and I finish with the neck. I start with the tailbone to extension and I finish with my neck. Of course, let's not forget that we can use a roller to work on the thoracic spine around the breastbone level. So that's going to be again about T7, which is kind of around halfway through the thoracic spine. And you can do gentle extension and flexion or back to neutral. It's not about the abs really. I am using the roller as the fulcrum to get a bit of extension in the lower thoracic. You can of course slide down and work in around level T4 maybe, so kind of your shoulder blades will be on the roller, but not your neck. And that works into the upper thoracic spine a little bit more. And again, you don't need a lot of movement because if you start flaring your ribs, your lower back will start moving. So actually abdominals are working and we're just trying to gently extend and flex. So again, if you're spending a lot of time seated and you feel like the upper back is really stiff, your neck complains, you may want to try these as well. I'm supporting my head at all times. Final little drill could be again using the roller, using the arms, and just going into that extension. Rounding, extending, rounding, extending. So this is a little bit more powerful than the actual cat. But of course, if this doesn't feel great in your shoulders, all you need to do is get the hands on the ground and then work through the simple spinal segmentation here. Alright guys, that's it for today. Those are my top tips for spinal mobility when you wake up in the morning, when you're feeling stiff. Let me know how you get on.